Good morning and welcome to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Filling in for David J. Burney, I'm Brent.
And filling in for Brent, I'm Jeremy.
Morning, Jeremy. How are you?
Doing good.
Dave's off for a couple of days. I think he's just off for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Kind of a getaway. I don't know. I don't know if he's going on a darkness retreat or not.
I hear those are pretty intense.
They are kind of popular right now. So I don't know. I don't know if he's went into the dark like Aaron Rodgers did. I just don't know.
Has Aaron Rodgers emerged from the dark? Have we heard?
He has.
Okay.
Apparently, he showed up on a podcast the other day, and he said that he has come out of the darkness.
I'd hope so. If he was on the podcast.
So-
What if he did the podcast from the darkness? Now, that'd be cool.
I don't know.
I guess we'll all wait on pins and needles to see what he decides about his football career.
I think he said that he gained clarity from the darkness. So, there you go.
Well, that's what...
So I don't know.
all we can hope
For
for.
all I know, Dave's on a dark retreat too. I don't think so. I think he just took a couple of days.
What do they
get
call?
away.
What do they call those? I think what Aaron Rodgers did was different. But what do they call those things? They're like pods that have a little bit of water in them, and you go into them, and they've been popular the last couple of years.
Oh, really? I don't
But-
know if I'm familiar with them.
You go into them, and it's completely silent, completely dark, and there's water in the bottom, and you float in the water, and a sensory chamber, that's what they call it.
Oh, really?
Depletes you of all senses. There's no sights, sounds, smells, tastes, or feeling. And people go in there, and they say it just changes them.
Interesting.
Yeah, not for me. I'd like to, use my senses.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So anyway, Dave's gone for a couple of days, taking a couple of days off. So we will do our best to fill in here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. This is Read Across America Day, celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday. He would have wanted you to read a book today, whether it rhymes or not. Now, this is interesting. Have you heard this? They say a sequel to How the Grinch Stole Christmas is coming out in September. It continues the story of the 1957 original. It wasn't written by Dr. Seuss. It was written by children's author Alastair Haim, who is behind it. He's apparently written a bunch of Seuss-like books, including No Tooting at Tea and I Am the Cat in the Hat.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Sequels and I don't tend to get along because if I like the original movie, I think there's no place for a sequel. Same kind of thing with books. If it was good, let it stand on its own merit. But sequels exist because of the success of the first book or movie, because they want to make more money.
Yeah.
But usually it lets me down. So this guy's got a lot of pressure on him. There's only
Yes.
one Dr. Seuss.
True. Yes, and I mean, we all know How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a definite classic.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting, though. It says it's coming out in September. Today is Banana Cream Pie Day. Do you like banana cream pie?
I can't say I've specifically had one.
I was trying to think of.
I just
for
had bread
myself,
pudding for the first time this last weekend.
Oh, really?
So I'm still experiencing new things.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've had a piece of banana cream pie. Anyway, it says it was invented in the late 1800s in the least tropical part of America, the Midwest.
Hey, you know what? We're inventive here.
That's right. Bananas used to be considered exotic fruit, but by the 1950s, we were overrun with them. The banana cream pie eventually became the favorite of American soldiers. Have you ever eaten Army food, is the question that the story asks.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have. It's not good.
Yeah, okay. This is National Old Stuff Day. This is a day set aside to encourage you to clean out your closet, dust off your desk, and toss out some of the junk in the garage. You don't really need all that old stuff. Oh, and it says try something new. Today's about breaking away from the same old, same old.
Okay.
So there you go.
That sounds good.
Let's see. We have school. Looks like we do have some school lunch menus for the month of March.
Few in here, it feels like.
All right. I'll get us started by going to Anselmo Myrna first this morning. And, oh, this is cool. Dr. Seuss's birthday, green eggs and ham on the menu at Anselmo Myrna today with toast, grilled chicken, fresh-baked ham and cheese sub at Anselmo Myrna.
Very nice. At Sargent today, a chicken Philly, chips, baked beans, a fruit cup, milk, and salad bar.
All right. The Ansley School lunch menu is saying they're on spring break.
Oh, lucky
today.
them.
Yeah.
Spring break. At Cozad today, at the Fresh Market, cheese pizza and mozzarella dunkers, peanut butter and jelly with yogurt, chef salad, and the fresh picks are French fries, fresh garden salad, fruit, and milk.
Broken Bow Middle and High School today made fresh loaded hash browns with dinner roll, grilled chicken sandwich, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, and cottage cheese and fruit platter on the menu today for Broken Bow.
At Loop City, it's breaded chicken sandwich or breaded pork sandwich and sun chips.
Thetford today, staying on the theme, I think, of Dr. Seuss, green ham and cheese sandwich today at Thetford Public Schools.
Gothenburg is also on spring break, according to what I've got here.
All right. Do you have any more school lunch
That's
menus?
all I've got.
That's all you got? Okay. We'll look at the Prairie Pioneer Center menu for you today. And today they're showing roast beef, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, dinner roll, and dessert on the menu today at the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow. Dave always likes to look at birthdays. Now, I don't have the sheet that he prints out from Facebook showing local people who are celebrating birthdays, but I do have the celebrity birthdays today, some big ones, especially in the world of music.
Okay.
John Bon Jovi is celebrating his birthday today. Want to take a guess?
He's in his 60s now.
You are
but
right.
But it's early 60s.
You're right.
61. We're not going to go too far into the 60s.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Well done. I
61.
applaud you.
I never get those.
Yes, John Bon Jovi is 61 today. Of course, the front man of the Grammy-winning rock band Bon Jovi. Chris Martin of Coldplay,
Okay.
46 today. Country music artist Luke Combs is celebrating a birthday today. Luke is 33. Also, Bond, James Bond.
Which one?
Daniel Craig.
Okay.
He is 55 today. NFL player Ben Roethlisberger, former quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if I probably knew this. He was the youngest, or is the youngest, Super Bowl winning quarterback, winning it at the age of 23.
Wow. That was early on in his career.
It was. So Ben Roethlisberger, 40 today. Actress Rebel Wilson, probably known best for her characters in the Pitch Perfect movies.
Oh, yeah.
She is 43 today.
All right. Well, we got lots of good music choices for birthdays today.
I do, yep. Christy will be thrilled. I do have Bon Jovi queued up and ready to play.
Great.
As we celebrate his birthday today. We'll play some Luke Combs, too. Do we have Coldplay?
We might have a Coldplay song.
What was Coldplay's? But did they do something called Clocks?
That was one of their early ones.
That was an early song?
Yeah, that was an early song.
As you can tell, Brent doesn't really know He knows of Coldplay. He doesn't necessarily know their music.
I'm not big on them,
okay.
But they're they're hugely popular.
Did they do the halftime show of the Super Bowl a few years ago, or am I dreaming?
You might be right. I'd have to look that up.
I think they did.
I'll have to look that
It
up.
was a few years ago, but not all that long ago.
You know, we're talking about artists. I saw something interesting the other day. It was a graphic that said top money earning artists in the year 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if he was at 1 or 2, but guess who it was?
Eric Church.
No.
Uh,
No.
I don't know. I just took a stab. I have no idea.
Sting.
Oh, really? Oh,
I'm reading this list.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
know Sting was out touring.
what the heck has Sting been doing? I haven't heard of anything that dude's been doing
I would
for
go see Sting.
a while.
I would.
I mean, I know people, but they say the touring isn't what makes them money.
Oh, it's not.
selling.
Okay.
Selling, merchandise and records and stuff. And I haven't
see.
heard him come out with anything recently. I mean, like nearly $250 million last year. And I'm just wondering where that came from. I was surprised to see him at the top of that list.
Yeah. Huh.
Anyway.
Interesting. You want to play the game?
Sure. I hope I previewed the question today, and I
What is the?
think I'm
going to
get made fun of. It's still MASH.
Oh, I can help you with MASH. I've seen every one.
Okay. All right. I'm worried about a couple of pronunciations of names here.
Oh.
So
okay.
as we continue asking questions about the television show MASH, it ran for 11 seasons.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the true classics in American TV.
Is there anywhere that I can binge MASH now?
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it on TV as much.
I just binged it not too long ago. Prime, maybe? I can't remember. Paramount? I don't know. Some app
Okay.
had them all, and I watched them again.
I'll poke around.
Okay.
Today we're playing for a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. So if you know the answer to this question, call 872-2801. We're just asking a simple question. Who played the character Hawkeye?
Oh, that's easy.
Was it A, Larry Linville, B, Harry Morgan, C, Alan Alda?
Alda.
See,
Alan Alda.
I was worried.
Yep.
And D, David Ogden Steers. We're looking for who played Hawkeye. 872-2801.
All right, phone's ringing. We'll get our caller on the line right after you hear this.
They're thinking green at the Secret Garden. Some secrets just can't be kept. This Friday from 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday from 8:30 to 4:30. Save 15% off anything with green. Yes, that includes plants and new inventory. Now is the time to prepay for plants to pick up in May, ready to go. Psalm 20, verse 1. In times of trouble, may the Lord answer your cry. May the name of the God of Jacob keep you safe from all harm. The Secret Garden, located 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
The list of songs about love is a long one. At KCNI KBBN, we love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
All right, we have our caller on the line. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
This is Swede. How are you guys this morning?
Well, Swede, we're doing fantastic. It's good to hear from you. How are things your direction?
Oh, doing good. Out feeding cattle.
Yeah? Good. All right, well, I assume you watch the show MASH.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. So.
All right, well, here's Jeremy with your question.
All right, we're looking for the player, or the actor who played Hawkeye. Was it Larry Linville, Harry Morgan, Alan Alda, or David Ogden Steers?
That was Alan Alda.
That's right.
Way to go, Swede. All right, now, since you're a fan of MASH, I got to ask you, did you prefer the early ones with, say, Major Frank Burns, or did you like the later ones when Winchester showed up?
I like Frank Burns.
Me too. To me, those were the best. I'm with you, Swede. All right, well, hey, congratulations, and when you have a chance to make it this way, just swing in and we'll have your certificate for you.
Okay, you guys have a great day, and thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Swede. 7:45 is the time. Happy birthday, John Bon Jovi. A family living in the mountains of China couldn't figure out why their dog was eating so much and how it learned to walk on its hind legs. Turns out it wasn't, a huge dog like a Tibetan Mastiff like they thought. It was a bear.
What the heck? Oh, man.
The story here says they raised it for 2 years without knowing.
What kind of bear?
It doesn't say. I don't know. It does say
it's a bear.
It says that it is now 250 pounds, and it is now at the zoo.
I'd be interested to see a picture of that bear. There's no way on this earth it looks anything like a dog.
Well, my question is, did they, says they were living in the mountains of China, so I'm assuming that they just
found
it, thought it was a stray or whatever, took it in. But then my question becomes, well, what if someone passed it off to them, making them think it was a dog? I don't know. So anyway, there you go. If you're looking for a new family pet, make sure, and you're looking for a dog, make sure it is a dog and not a bear.
Well, they're pretty lucky that Mama Bear didn't come along.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I don't have any personal experience with, running into a Mama Bear with a cub in between you, but I hear the people that don't have very pleasant experiences.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, I want to take just a moment, and, this always happens to us when we're switching sports seasons. When you're coming to the end of the fall sports season, you get to the finals of volleyball and football and girls golf and cross country and all of that. You always go, man, the season went fast. That just happens all the time. Same with winter sports. We're coming to the end of that, if you can believe it. February is, well, for me personally, and I think probably for you too, is the busiest month of the year. February is. But then when you get through February, you're just like, oh my goodness, all of a sudden we're about done.
Yep.
So, but we just want to take this opportunity and say thanks to all of the great business support that we've received. Again, this season in our coverage of high school sports, we love doing it. And we appreciate the sponsorship that we get. Had the wonderful opportunity to be in Lincoln yesterday to follow the SEM girls basketball team. Fabulous season for the Lady Mustangs, making it to the girls state tournament. I think it was the first time since 2010. I'm doing that off the top of my head. But congratulations to them. Took on Ravenna yesterday, played tough. Ravenna able to hit free throws in the fourth quarter to seal the win. So Ravenna moves on. SEM ends their season, I think, at 18-5 was their record to end the year. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to all of the girls basketball teams that we had the opportunity to cover again this season. We thank you very much for the excitement and everything that you provided for us and our listeners through the course of the season. Now we get ready to go back to Lincoln. That's exciting. For boys state basketball, and we'll get to see SEM again.
Yeah.
The SEM boys qualified like the girls did for the boys state basketball tournament, so we'll be covering them next week. And Ansley Litchfield, you had the opportunity to do their district final a few days ago, getting the win in their district championship game, so we'll see Ansley Litchfield at the state tournament next week. Ansley Litchfield will play Wednesday evening at 6. SEM will play next Thursday at 10:45 in the morning, and we'll be there to cover it for you. And we look forward to it.
Yeah, should be fun. Congratulations to those two teams on great seasons.
Also, we do want to let you know that we'll have college basketball coverage for you this morning on KBBN 95.3 FM. Of course, we're a Nebraska sports affiliate, so we'll have the Nebraska women's basketball game on the air for you today as they start playing the Big Ten tournament. They'll take on Michigan State. This is a huge game for both teams. Both teams still have hopes of building their resume to maybe get into the NCAA tournament. And so this is a big critical game for both teams, and we'll carry it for you live today on KBBN 95.3 FM. Coverage beginning at 11:15 in the morning. Tip-off for the game, I think, set for around 11:30. So good luck, Lady Huskers. Hopefully we'll hear Matt Coatney yelling, "You betcha," a whole bunch today if they can knock down some threes.
I love that catchphrase.
He does it real well. Yes, he does. Getting close to 8 o'clock, it's time for the Dave Davis and Farmers National Report. Next, here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
The Breakfast Show
Don't know what I do without them. They're awesome.
on KCNI KBBN.
Yeah, this is Jim Eberle with Dave Davis Auction Service and Farmers National Company here in Broken Bow. And I've got three auctions coming up in the next 3-4 weeks. Anyway, we'll get down to them. Joe and Deb Gransinger's retirement auction is on March 11th at 9 o'clock. It's 3 miles northwest of Myrna, Nebraska, on Highway 2 to Dale Valley Road. Then it's a 1.25 miles west of the auction site. Several tractors on there. There'll be a John Deere 8520 tractor. There'll be a 4960 John Deere tractor, a 4955 John Deere tractor with a 843 loader and bucket and grapple. It's got a 4840 John Deere tractor, two 4020 John Deere tractors, a 7330 John Deere tractor, an 8530 John Deere tractor, and then a 70 John Deere wide front propane tractor, a Ford tractor, small Ford tractor with a 7-foot Ford bar mower. You got an old M with a wide front and an F10 loader, 2 Orthman grain carts. You got a 544 John Deere E wheel payloader that's got about 4,300 hours on it. You got another 544 payloader with bucket and grapple. That one needs a little work. You got a Mitsubishi propane forklift with an 8,000 pound capacity, side shift, new transmission, and it's on for concrete use. And then you've got 1770 no-till John Deere planter with tanks. You got a Blue Jet Trackmaster, 2 Orthman 9300 cultivators, 2 discs. One's a 32-foot John Deere disc, one's a 35-foot. 3-point gopher machine. There's several other items on here, folks, that will not be on, that I'm not mentioning, that just need to go to the website and find all the information. But there's a John Deere Batwing mower. There's a Hydroflex head, 635, a 608C John Deere 8-row corn head, Vermeer R 2800 rake, 2 balers. There's a 569 mega wide baler and a 567 baler. You got a Buffalo double arm bale mover. You got 2 3-point double bale forks, over 100 joints of irrigation pipe, a seed tender, 9,000 ag sprayer. You got implement tires and rims that are brand new. You got John Deere weights, 500-gallon propane tank. Then in the cattle equipment, you got 2 10x20 open front sheds, a Bosch loading chute, Pearson hydraulic chute that's like brand new, Pearson head catch, a foremost calf cradle, ranch hand hay buster processor, a Rotomix 4 feed mixer with a Digistar scale. Vehicles, you've got several pickups. You got a 2011 K2500 heavy-duty Silverado pickup, a 2006 Silverado K2500, a 2002 Silver 2500, a 94 Kenworth tractor truck, and the 1990 Silver Kenworth truck. Several trailers also. You got a Duo Life double tandem axle gooseneck trailer. You got a Timco 18-foot trailer. You got 2 1996, or one's a 96, excuse me, a Tempty grain trailer. One is there's a 75 cattle pot trailer, a 71 Beal tanker trailer, little Honda 90 motorbike, Honda four-wheeler. You got a little utility flatbed trailer. A lot of trailers on there, folks. Also a 1975 blue Chevy Corvette 2-door coupe. Lots of shop equipment. You got oxyacetylene torch and gauges and set, Millermatic 250 wire feed welder. You got a Hotsy power washer that's brand new. Antiques, you got an anvil. You got 3 old gas pumps, 3 water pumps, old antique radiator, 30-gallon Crocs all the way down to 5-gallon Crocs in the Red Wing department. Water cans, you got a cream separator for parts, 40 advertising 5-gallon cans. You got a Phillips 66 oil can still in the box. And then there's 3 old wooden cabinets. You got Smith & Wesson K22 Masterpiece Target revolver also. This equipment's in good shape, folks. Hope to see all of you there again March 11th at Joe and Deb Gransinger's. Then back on the 18th of March, we have the Custer School Auction. A lot of memorabilia there at the schoolhouse. That will be starting at 1 o'clock on March 18th. Then we come back on April 1st out at the fairgrounds for the machinery consignment auction. We have one spring, one in the fall, of course. That one will be, again, April 1st, starting at 9 o'clock. If you have items you want consigned, get them into Kim at the office. I think she said the deadline was March 13th. Sure, call them in to get the proper advertising and stuff. And anyway, also in the equipment lines and stuff, folks, there's going to be a lot of nice equipment on that deal at Grand Singer, so make sure you come out. That's in about 9 days, so make sure you mark it on your calendar. We'll talk to you next week. Again, this is Jim Eberly with Farmers National Company and Dave Davis Auction. Thank you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Secretary of State Blinken's met with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov for the first time in months on the sidelines of the G20 summit in India. Blinken spoke about the war in Ukraine. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
It was a short encounter, just 10 minutes, and a U.S. official says Blinken did not get the impression the Russians are willing to change their behavior.
A man suspected of putting an explosive device in his luggage and checking it in at a small Pennsylvania airport makes his first court appearance today. This traveler says
it is comforting to know that he didn't get very far.
The suspect was arrested after security flagged the device. Prosecutors at Alex Murdaugh's murder trial have made their closing arguments after jurors toured the crime scene.
There is only one person who had the motive, who had the means, who had the opportunity to commit these crimes.
Defense presents final arguments today. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, an amendment to the latest bill allowing Nebraskans to carry concealed handguns without a permit won support from several law enforcement agencies, but a few prominent police officials remain opposed. The bill, Legislative Bill 77, continued to face opposition from lawmakers like State Senator Jane Raybould of Lincoln, who led a filibuster Wednesday during the first day of debate on the legislation. A vote is not expected until the end of the week at the earliest. LB 77, introduced by Senator Tom Brewer of Gordon, would allow Nebraskans 21 and older to carry concealed weapons without a permit. Brewer has repeatedly pushed similar bills since taking office in 2017. His attempt last year failed in the face of a filibuster. Like last year's bill, LB 77 must see at least 8 hours of debate until lawmakers can try for a filibuster ending cloture motion, which requires 33 votes to pass. Measures like LB 77 are sometimes called constitutional carry in reference to some gun rights advocates' belief that the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gives people the right to carry concealed guns without a permit. Currently in Nebraska, getting a concealed carry permit requires passing a criminal background check, paying a $100 fee, and taking an 8 to 16-hour gun safety class. And that's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Brian Fenley.
Kevin Durant played his first game as a Phoenix Sun.
Chris Paul gets the board. There's the first rejection from KD, and now he gets it open on the left side for three, and that is all net for Kevin Durant. Devin Booker set him up, and KD knocked it down.
That would be Suns Radio Network. 23 points in 27 minutes of work for Durant as the Suns slide on past the Hornets 105-91. The Bucks win in convincing fashion against the Magic 139-117. Milwaukee holds a half-game lead over Boston for the best record in the association, and Milwaukee has a 16-game winning streak going right now. The Celtics, by the way, winners over the Cavs, 117-113. Big night for Jason Tatum with the 41 points. College basketball overtime win for number 2 Alabama over Auburn, 90-85.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mostly sunny today with our high nearing 40. Staying clear overnight tonight with a low around 23. Sunshine on Friday, a bit warmer with our high nearing 46, and a slight chance for some snow throughout Friday night, cloudy with a low around 24. Sunny with a high of 45 on Saturday, and mostly cloudy with a low around 28 throughout Saturday night. Staying warmer on Sunday as well, sunny with a high of 55, and partly cloudy and 27 Sunday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing and me go hand in hand.
nothing on my skin. That's my new place. Nothing is everything.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Currently in our studios, 22 degrees, mostly cloudy with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour, barometer 29.90, and the humidity is 92%. High yesterday in Broken Bow, 38, with the overnight low dropping to 21 degrees. Good to have you with us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and we welcome into the studio now Becky Pearson with Pearson Physical Therapy. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
We're good today. We're trying to hold down the fort while Dave's gone.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I think you're doing a great job.
Well,
Nothing's
thank you.
burning.
Well, not yet.
The lights are on.
Yeah, we're a couple hours in. We're doing okay.
Good.
I got to be honest with you. I'm always very self-conscious when the physical therapists come in to visit with us because I always feel like I'm slouching. Am I showing good posture?
You're showing
in my
great
chair?
posture.
Okay.
You know, you're kind of sitting with your knees
Yeah.
apart.
Well, part of the problem with that, Becky, is you see this chair? My feet don't touch the floor.
We need to get you a
on
little
it.
stool to rest your feet on.
I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, we joke about that. But for people who spend a lot of time, and there are several that spend a lot of time at their desk, posture, having a good chair, even how your computer screens are positioned makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It makes a huge difference. So we call that ergonomics.
Okay.
And there's a whole science about, you know, setting up your workstation to where it puts a minimal amount of stress on your body. Because if you're there 8 hours a day, obviously it's going to be have quite an impact on your body for sure.
What are your feelings on that new wave idea of standing desks?
I love it. I really think it's a great idea. If you can get one, I think it's wonderful because just to change posture and position, it's going to help your body. I think it helps your creativity. I think they're great. I don't have one myself because I'm really not at my desk much during the day. But I think if you do have to spend a lot of time, an adjustable desk, you know, whether you can do it standing or sitting, either one I think would be great to minimize the effects of sitting. You know, we find that people get very tight in their chest when they sit at their desk because they're hunched forward on their keyboard a lot. Their head typically kind of goes forward, so they get a lot of neck tension and low back pain a lot of times, lots of shoulder tension. So you got to make sure that your feet can be flat on the floor and your hips and knees at about 90 degrees. And then your arms should not be, you know, hiked up too much to get to your keyboard, and that your monitor's at eye level right in front of you. And so those are typically the things that we try to shoot for with people's workstations.
Gotcha.
Great.
Okay.
We were kind of talking about sports earlier in the show. We're kind of now in that transition period. I can't believe tracks. You can practice for track now.
Yeah.
Track practice has begun. Hard for me to believe. But I know that you folks deal with athletes and everything, and we're moving into that transition. And I know that your stride clinics are always very popular and everything. Is that kind of some of the things you're focusing on as we make that transition?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, what I wanted to talk about today is we have two events coming up. The first one is Tuesday, March 14th, and we've partnered with the college. And that is going to be a fitness and running class and ways to help you plan your training and to prevent injuries. So there's nothing more discouraging when you finally decide, okay, I am going to, take that plunge. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to run. I'm going to, do all these things. And then you start having pain. And it gets very frustrating because you have goals set in mind, whether it's to lose weight or to run your first 5K or your half marathon or marathon. There's nothing more frustrating than to be sidelined with an injury, or you are a senior in your track season, and this is your year, and so it's very devastating to have your training stopped by injuries. So Andrew and Aaron are going to team up with the college, and they are presenting an evening session on Tuesday, March 14th from 6:30 to 8:30. And during that time, they're going to talk about common pitfalls, I guess, if you'd say, that people run into that would sideline them and kind of derail their training. And so just helping you be a little more aware of certain things when you are running to avoid, so that you can run further, faster, longer with less pain. They'll talk about that. They'll talk about footwear. They'll talk about cross-training techniques, because if we're constantly doing one movement, okay, so you're running and that's pretty much just straightforward. If you're only working in this plane of motion, which is forward, there's going to be some muscles that'll be neglected. And so if you overuse those muscles that you just use to run and you don't really use the other ones, so you're not cross-training, then you're going to get what we call overuse injuries. And there can be any slew of things that come from that. So he'll cover cross-training during that talk as well, some things you can do to help get your body more conditioned in the other muscles, which will help take the stress off of your running muscles, basically. And then that culminates then with we're doing a free stride clinic at our clinic then on Saturday, March 18th. So if you want to go, kind of listen to what Andrew and Aaron have to say about running and get some tips that way, and then you want to try a running analysis for yourself, that'll be on that following Saturday. And that is great. You can be a walker or a runner. It doesn't have to be a runner. Andrew loves working with the kids that are in track, whether it's sprinters or distance runners. We do the live video feedback, which I think, did you take part?
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I can give you a testimonial, and the video is fantastic because for me, and Jeremy's laughing at me.
I'll never forget watching your video back. Oh my gosh.
Well, when I was running on the treadmill, I did not realize that I was running like I'm running against the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so leaning forward.
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't feel like I was. And then you show it on the video, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I look like I'm running against the wind. And so they're able to show you that. And then what I love is they then show you video of like a professional runner that gives you an idea of more of a proper technique. So it's a great thing. It really is.
Yeah, and so then you can emulate that in real time and kind of make adjustments to your stride and see it on the screen in front of you. And then you can kind of make a mental note, okay, this is how this is supposed to feel. And a lot of times it takes more energy at first when you're changing that running style, but over time it makes you more efficient and faster. But it definitely pulls together the visual learning side of things versus then getting that, helping to learn that muscle memory of, okay, this is how it's supposed to feel to run with better form. So it's pretty powerful. And again, whether you're a walker or runner, if you're having foot pain, if you're having some hip pain, it's been amazing to me to watch Andrew work with some of these runners that'll come in with hip pain, and just a little tweak to their stride with the video, and then they can run without any pain. And so it's, I mean, obviously it depends on what's going on, but he's so knowledgeable about that stuff. That's what he did in Lincoln before he moved out here with his family, is he worked at a performance enhancement type of center where they'd work with high-level athletes and training them to run very, very fast. So, yeah.
The event at the college coming up on Tuesday. If people want to take advantage of that, do they call the college or do they call you?
Well, we have a link on our website to register for it, so we've kind of paired up with them and promoting it.
Okay.
I think they could do either one, but
All
there
right.
is a link I know for sure on our website, which is pearsonpt.com, and they can register that way or they can call the college. And then if they want to register for the free stride clinic, they can do that by calling our office, or I think we have a link on the website about that as well.
Okay. And on the stride clinic, it is good to set an appointment time, right?
Absolutely.
So that you know who's coming in and you can set things up.
Yep, the spring clinic is usually busy because we do have track athletes coming in on it, and so you do want to reserve your time slot to make sure that we have enough time allowed for everybody. And they take about a half an hour. Sometimes they'll run a little longer. Sometimes I don't necessarily know that they'll run a little shorter, but it's good too, because if you have questions about are you wearing the right shoe for your foot type, Andrew covers that as well. And so, not everybody's feet are the same. And I always kind of chuckle when I go into a shoe store. I'll just kind of quiz the shoe salesman, or the person working the shoe store, and I'll say, what do you recommend for, this or that? And you get a wide variety of answers. And in their defense, a lot of them don't have much training, and that's fine. So it's really good for you as a consumer to know, to have somebody tell you, okay, this is your foot type. Do you have a high rigid arch? Okay, so we have a lot of people out here in this area that have high rigid arches. And this is my unscientific opinion on it, is because we have a lot of people wearing cowboy boots and they have a heel. And when you are on a heel, that actually raises your arch a little bit. And so I feel like we get more high rigid feet when we're in an area where you wear work boots, cowboy boots more often than people that are always just walking on concrete and in, maybe not supportive shoes, and their arches will drop more. And so, but if you have a very high rigid foot, you're going to require a different shoe than somebody that has a very flat, very flexible foot. And so I think that is a very powerful part of our stride clinics, is evaluating your feet and then giving you good shoe recommendations for that.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything else that you have coming up or any other topic you want to discuss here this morning?
That's about it. If we're very busy, we're blessed to be very busy, which is awesome. If there's a physical therapist or a PT assistant out there looking for a job, give us a call. So it's been wonderful. We've had a great busy season already, which normally this is kind of our slow part of our season. And so I have a feeling 23, knock on wood, hopefully we'll be back to normal again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was kind of planning ahead for things coming up for us here. Like high school rodeo's not too far away from starting. I couldn't believe that. It looks like cuttings are coming up, and then rodeos start in April for the high school. Am I right on that?
Yeah. Well, so normally we would have the McCook High School Rodeo the last weekend in April, and McCook decided not to have a high school rodeo this year, and so, but we have cutters, so our girls will start cutting here the middle of April.
Middle of April, okay.
Yep. And then we will go every weekend until the middle of June, and then we hope that they make it to nationals, which will be in July. I'm thankful I have 2 high schoolers this year instead of a junior higher and a high schooler, because there were some times where we had a split and one parent take one kid and the other parent take the other kid. But yeah, that's going to be our weekends pretty much starting here in April. So
well, I know it's a big part of your family's life, and we wish the kids the best of luck when they get to that time of the year. So
yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's busy. They love it though, and it's fun to see them go try to accomplish their goals and be supportive of them.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks for coming in. If people are interested in the event coming up Tuesday, right, at the college?
Tuesday the 14th.
The 14th.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the 18th is your stride
our
clinic.
Stride clinic. Yep.
All right, we'll encourage people to get in touch with you.
Yes. Call quickly before the spots fill up.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
All right.
Pearson Physical Therapy, our guest here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
When you are battling allergies, the only thing on your mind is finding a way to get rid of the sniffles, sneezes, and itches. Varney Health Mart has the products you need. Featured this month are all-day allergy cetirizine tablets for $12.99, children's allergy relief for $3.99, and all-day allergy relief loratadine tablets for $7.99. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Even if you have given up on your other New Year's resolutions, there is still time to fulfill your resolution to bank smarter. Leave your regular checking account behind in the new year and upgrade to Premier Checking with Bruning Bank. With Premier Checking, you earn interest on your account for completing simple actions you do already. Already have an account with us? Transitioning takes less than a minute. Wanting to set up a new account? Stop by and complete our quick and simple sign-up process. Check out details and rates at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
You're waking up with The Breakfast Show. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
I love it. Sunday morning, man, she woke up fighting mad.
With us here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent and Jeremy with you in the studio today, and we're joined on the phone now by Ryan Anderson with the Garden Center in Broken Bow. Ryan, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good this morning.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, we've kind of been getting a little taste of it, right? I mean, temperatures have kind of been warming up here and there. We've seen the sunshine. We've seen the snow start to melt. Great time of year. Spring is around the corner, right?
Yeah, yep. We've been seeing some spring fever going on, so it's coming.
Yeah. Now I
tell people it's closer than it was in December anyway.
Absolutely. You know, with each day it gets closer, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
So I got to ask, are you getting the spring fever?
Well, a little bit, yep. We've kind of been getting ready here for the last month or so and kind of gearing up for it. Got a lot of new stuff in, I guess, already, so trying to get a spot for it and fill up the store. So
yeah. As we kind of anticipate the spring truly getting here, Ryan, are there some things that people can kind of do ahead of time to already start preparing for that time of year?
Well, yeah, a lot of, it's about time to starting seeds if you like to do that, and that can help with those symptoms of spring fever a little bit. Get some potting soil, get some seeds, get some stuff, start to see it germinate, and but whatnot. And we have all of our seeds are in now, and of course we have potting soil ready to go, seed starting soil and whatnot. So containers to put them in, and everything to help you out as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Outside wise, it's probably, the conditions probably just aren't favorable yet to do much outside, but definitely start thinking about it for sure.
Yeah. Ryan, I think it was the last time you were in here. I believe you made, I thought, an exciting announcement in regards to some of the patio furniture that you guys have kind of been dealing in here recently. Can you give us an update on that? And in case people missed your last visit, you want to fill them in on what's happening with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We got hooked up with directly with the builders of our furniture. That's been able to open up a catalog a little bit more products, quicker turnaround time, and we've already seen that. We were doing some home and garden shows or home builder shows and some sports shows there in January and February. We made orders and that stuff looks to be like about a 3 to 4 week turnaround, and then of course we have to get it here from the builder. So we're looking at stuff we ordered in February, having it the middle of March here. So we got another show coming up. We'll be putting orders in for. So if you're in the market for some new patio furniture, it's Amish made, 100% recycled plastic, stainless steel components, built for comfort seating in it. It is super comfortable and built to last a lifetime. So if you're looking for whether it be table and chair sets or swivel glider sets, stop out. We have some available to sit in and see and look at, feel and touch, and a lot of different color options for that. So here in about another couple weeks, we'll have a little bit of inventory, but a lot of it, because there's so many options, it's just you order and get exactly what you want. So, and if you you see the name patio or Prairie Patio Furniture, that's us. So
all right,
branched out a little bit.
I love the phrase "built to last a lifetime" because, as we know, I mean, listen, if you have patio furniture, it's out on the patio, and lots of times it's right in the elements, and we know how the elements can be in the state of Nebraska and in our area. But this furniture is made in a way to handle those elements, right, Ryan?
Yep, and like I said, it's 100% recycled plastic. It's UV stable, so it resists fading. We've had a lot of testimonials on the fading to the fact that we've talked to people that's had this stuff for 5-7 years. They said it looks just as good today as the day they bought it, and even longer. So it also comes with a lifetime warranty. So I mean, you can't beat that.
No, you can't.
I've talked to the builder extensively, and he said, we're going to back what we sell, and he goes, we'll back you guys. So
yeah. Well, fantastic. It sounds like a great partnership, and we'll encourage people to take a look at what you have to offer them in that area. I know that we've talked about this in the past, but sometimes I think we forget to talk about it on a more normal basis. And I know that you guys carry plants for people, lots of times when someone passes that we know or we know the family, a lot of people like to send a plant in memory of that person. And you guys have some beautiful plants that will fit that, correct?
Yep. We've got a good selection of house plants, tropicals, some rare plants that you don't see all the time. We keep a good selection of plants in. We got lots of pottery in right now. We just unloaded 2 or 3 pallets of pottery in different colors, different sizes. If you're looking to replant, a house plant you already have or something, you need a little bit bigger pot. We got plastic pots with trays attached to the bottom of them, so you can water from the underneath side. Just a huge selection of pots right now. So, we can get those taken care of. A lot of times we do, for memorials we do like trees, and we can do a gift certificate, for the family to come in and pick out a tree or a rose bush or something like that. We do a lot of that too. So.
All right. What about supply, Ryan? I know that in the past few years, whether it was shipping issues or back to the COVID days, that was bothering supply. What about coming into this season? Do you feel like you're in a better place, or is the supply on some things still maybe an issue for you?
For us right now, supply is probably the best it's been for the years that we've owned the garden center. We're heading into our 6th season. So
that's great news.
That's kind of exciting, and also the stuff we've ordered, last fall when we went to our trade shows and stuff, has all been coming in great. So, we have a bunch of yard art in right now, metal yard art, really colorful. We have all our potting soil we brought in last fall. We have mulch in already. And we're also bringing in kind of a new product for us this year. In the past, we've carried the premium no-blow or cedar mulch, was our only bagged option. Was able to source some, it's 100% hardwood, shredded hardwood mulch in the different colors versus, we're going to have red and brown and black, I believe. We haven't carried that since we've owned the garden center. But it's 100% wood. it's not ground up pallets like some of the other stuff is. This is, I feel, a little bit better product than throwing ground up pallets out there that blow up and dry up and blow away. So we'll be bringing that in too. But as far as supply goes, everything's looking, like I said, probably the best for us it's been since we've owned the garden center. So kind of excited about that.
I bet you are. I bet that relieves a little stress too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I bet it does.
For sure.
Well, Ryan, we've kind of talked about a bunch of different topics here this morning. Is there something that we missed that you wanted to make sure our listeners knew about this morning?
Just a couple quick things. If you're thinking about raised garden beds, we have a new product in called Smart Pots. They're a fabric alternative to like a raised garden bed made out of, say, wood or plastic, something like that. These are a fabric and allows air to get to the roots. It's a new product we're excited about. And to go along with that, we have a couple new soils for raised garden beds. The mix in them retains moisture a little bit better than other mixes, and it's made specifically for raised garden beds. So some new products coming in for this year, and those are already here. So if you're kind of thinking about doing a raised bed, or you live in an apartment or something and don't have the space for a garden, these are kind of the perfect option to still be able to grow some vegetables and stuff, and not have to have a garden in the ground. So
yeah,
a couple new things to look forward there too.
Great. Ryan, what are your hours right now at the garden center if people want to come in and see you?
We're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30. Saturdays 10 to 2. However, this Saturday we will be closed again. So, but that's our normal hours, is Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30. Saturdays 10 to 2.
All right. Sounds good. Well, Ryan, thanks for taking time to visit with us by phone, and we look forward to the spring. I know you do too, and we'll encourage people to come on in and check out things at the Garden Center.
Sounds good. Have a great day.
You too, Ryan. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, Ryan Anderson of the Garden Center, our guest here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
Geared for Sports in Broken Bow loves cookies, and right now they will share their cookies with you. For every $50 purchase you make, you will get a box of Girl Scout cookies in support of our local Girl Scouts. Time to gear up now for track, baseball, and softball, whether you're an athlete or a fan. Remember, if they don't have it, talk to Scott, and he'll try to get it for you. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 4. Geared for Sports on the Square in Broken Bow.
Ag producers, March 10th is the last day to save money by prepaying for alfalfa seed from Arrow Seed. Act now to save 4%. Choose from L457 HD Plus, the newest generation of highly digestible, high-yielding, disease-resistant alfalfa. Economical Big Red 3, a blend of high-yielding, winter-hardy alfalfa with great forage quality, or any of the other 10 varieties Arrow Seed has to offer. Act before March 10th to save on your spring alfalfa seed. Learn more at arrowseed.com.
8:39 is the time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and we've got another guest in the studio here with us this morning. We say good morning to Nate Bell with Universal Insurance Agency. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing okay here.
Yeah,
we've been talking a lot this morning about the changing of the seasons. I think it's just because we want spring to get here. What about in the insurance business? Are there things to be thinking of as we change the season here?
Dave's not here, but I would like to comment on slander, I think is what it's called.
Oh, wonderful. Let's start there.
Claiming that my fish is not real, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I forgot about this. Did you have a birthday not too long ago?
Yeah, last week.
Okay, yeah. So Dave prints off the birthdays like of Sandhills Express friends.
Yeah.
And of course, when he prints them out, it's got like your profile. Is that what they call it? The profile picture. And you were holding a fish, and Dave. He was. Now, I haven't seen the picture, so this is all Dave. I want to stress this. But Dave was thinking that the fish that you had in that picture was one of those plastic ones that would sing. Remember those that you would hang on the wall?
I can't remember what those were
and
called.
I can't either.
I don't know. Don't ask why I know this. It was Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Yes.
That's right. Yep.
Do you have one, Shipe?
No.
Come on, be
my
honest.
grandpa had one, and I wore that thing out, though, as a kid. I
Oh.
played with it on the wall all the time.
My parents have one too at the cabin, and the grandkids. Yeah.
We actually used to have one here at the radio station.
Oh, really?
That we hung up. So anyway, you're here to make sure everybody knows that it was a real fish.
Absolutely,
that
a
you're
real
holding
fish.
up.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't think I held it too far away from me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the thing. It can be a real fish, but people put a lot of science into how far away from your body you're holding it for the picture.
It wasn't a master angler or anything, but it's a real fish.
Okay.
But from an insurance standpoint, slander is something that you need to have a certain policy for to cover.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
I'm going to write this down.
You have to have an umbrella policy to get
tell you
protected
what,
for libel and slander.
I don't know if Dave knows this, but if anybody needs this in his insurance policy, it would
Yeah, there
probably
you
be
go.
David J. Burney.
And I don't know
Okay.
if celebrities qualify in that regard or not, but
yeah.
And I can't remember libel and slander. Which one's written and which one's verbal? Is it slander that's verbal?
I think slander's verbal.
slander's
I
verbal.
think so,
Yeah,
too.
that sounds
I
right.
always forget.
Yeah.
So, spring fishing. Yeah, there you go. So there's your connection to spring and insurance.
But hey, listen, these it is going to get warmer. The ice is going to melt, and if you do have a boat, you want to make sure it's
Absolutely.
insured, right?
Boats, motorcycles, all those things that start coming out of the garage that have been sitting in there for a while. Make sure they got insurance on them for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
And we don't do it in our office, but we have 37 locations around the state. It's also crop insurance season, so that's coming up. I think March 15th is when they have to be done with that. The other thing that we're seeing a lot of right now is, and we've talked about it for 3 or 4 months, and I mentioned that it's been coming. The rates are coming. Rates are coming in. They're increasing. So we're having a lot of conversations with folks about that. The one thing I just wanted to talk about with that is don't sacrifice coverage for premium. Make sure you have good conversations with your agent. We'll go over those things. We can try to find premium savings for you, either by switching to a different company or adjusting coverages that make sense to adjust. But oftentimes what we see is when someone calls up the Geicos and the phone insurances of the world, the first thing they'll cut is things they shouldn't be cutting just to get you the price you want, because they want your business that bad, and they don't know you and they don't care about you. So they'll come in with really low liability limits. I'll look at those policies, and $25,000 for bodily injury if you get into a car accident barely gets you to the hospital anymore. So just watch those things when people start worrying about premium and trying to save some money, because those rates are going up, and it's just one of those things, unfortunately, we're all going to have to deal with. Don't sacrifice a dollar here when the big dollars may come down the line if you get in an accident, and then you can't afford to pay it. So.
Well, to me, this is a good reminder of the benefit of working with someone face to face, as opposed to working with someone on the phone who, well, let's face it, you talk to one person on the phone, then the next time you call, you're probably going to get a different person on the phone that doesn't know what you talked to.
Yep.
You know what I'm
100% of
saying?
the time you will. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So big benefit when you deal with somebody local.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the things we go over all the time. And, it's just so important to have those things. Everybody wants to save money, and they want to they have their monthly budgets, and completely understand that, and we all do that. But if you use insurance correctly, it can save you from those catastrophic things that could bankrupt you. So, and you don't want to save $20 a month or less that could maybe bankrupt you in the future if you had the wrong thing. So, yeah.
Do you mind if I ask, I hope this isn't too dumb of a question, but what does cause the rate increases? Is it inflation that we're in right now?
It's a combination of a
other
lot of
factors?
things.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of large weather events have been happening over the country, and so, not to bore you too much, but insurance companies have to buy insurance to protect their bottom line for when they have to pay out for large events. And so, when multiple large events happen around the country, the insurance companies buy from raise rates. That's one thing. They also invest in the stock market for a lot of their profits. Stock market's down. They also borrow money. Interest rates are high. Cars are more expensive to repair than ever, and they also cost more than ever. Cost of materials, inflation, all those things. Wages are all going. Everything is weighing in on that price when it comes down to it. And one of the things that always used to be a saving grace a little bit was from a car insurance standpoint, and I've been having this conversation a lot with folks, but you would expect your car insurance to go down a little bit as your car got a little older, right? And that still happens, but it doesn't change the partial loss. You hitting a deer is going to cost on a 2015 the same it's going to cost on a 2020. It's going to cost you $3,000 to $5,000 to fix a pretty good deer collision, regardless of the year of the vehicle. Because that's just what a partial loss is. The total is where that changes a little bit, but those partial losses are still really expensive to repair right now. And in the last 20 years, car safety means when you hit something,
more to fix.
More to fix because they crumple to protect
you're not kidding.
Protect the passenger, right? And so a lot of things break, and that's in the name of safety, but it causes a lot of things to break. And so it's a myriad of things that cause those rates to go up.
We're not really driving battering rams down the road anymore.
No, we're not driving these anvils down the road anymore.
I hope it's okay. I love sharing this story, and I'm sure people have heard it before, but when I was in college, there was two people in a parking lot. One was driving out with the old station wagon, and another person was coming in what at that time was a new Geo, and they collide. The guy in the Geo probably was, I don't even know if he was probably going 10, 15 mile an hour. It was in a parking lot. Girl backs out with the station wagon. He runs into her, not at a fast pace or anything. Styrofoam and everything comes flying out of his car, but there's not even a scratch on the station wagon, So
there's still a few vehicles like that around. Jeremy and I have a few of those vehicles. The Jeeps, when Jeeps get into accidents, typically it's not favorable to the other people they hit.
No, yeah. If
even the newer Jeeps,
rear-end a Jeep, you're probably not winning the battle. But
yeah, we'll have customers that'll get rear-ended and they're like, I don't even have a scratch on my Jeep, and it's So, I mean, there's a few vehicles out there like that. Not very many left. A lot of the farmers and ranchers will have the brush guards and stuff on them. But for the most part, those are a lot of the reasons we're seeing for those rate increases. Yeah, and it's just not any fun. But that's unfortunately where we're at. So anyway,
it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I controlled the rates, but that's just not how that works.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm sitting in the same boat that someone's sitting across the desk from me. I'm like, you should have teenagers. It's not fun.
Yeah. I was going to say, sometimes I think we forget this. People who deal with insurance like you have to insure yourself too. So you're going through the same thing that your customers
insurance
are going
agents
through.
have insurance.
Yeah,
I know, and
it's crazy.
And not like if you work in a restaurant or you work in some other places where you get discounts when you buy, like say you work at Shields and you get a
an employee discount.
Employee discount. Yeah, there's no employee discount.
I didn't figure.
I have to pay the same as you guys do.
Nate, we talk about this lots of times when you come in, but I'm sure that it's good to remind people the whole thing of the insurance review, especially I think of our ag producers and such that have lots of equipment and stuff. Always good to do a review and make sure that, well, maybe you're insuring what you need to insure, but maybe some things are just setting out in the yard that you're not even using anymore, but you're paying for them.
Yeah, no time better than now, especially as we were talking about rates and everything. Just making sure that you have what you want covered, and that we have we look at the premium and we make sure that we're managing your budget as well. So it's very, very important to do those things on the ag side, on the home side. give us a call if there's questions or concerns. Don't sit there and fester and be mad and because we can't help anything we don't know. So we gladly look to help and assist and talk you through those things that you may have questions on or concerns or be upset about. So
yeah.
Yep.
We talked about several different things. Was there something in particular that you wanted to mention that we haven't touched on?
No, I didn't have a lot going. Yeah, I didn't even bring notes in today. So.
Oh well.
Just one of those things. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah. Thanks.
And I haven't looked over. Are we melting the snow on the golf course? Are we getting close?
God, no. I just drove by today, and I'm
like,
most of the places are melted. And I'm like, all of the fairway and 4 is completely covered in snow. I'm like, how is that possible? It gets sun all day.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And
you're right.
Isn't it crazy? Think of last year. Kids weren't able to go out and start practicing golf because of how dry it was,
Right.
and there was nothing on the golf course.
Yeah.
You know what?
Now,
Snow being on the fairway on 4 doesn't really matter all that much to me anyway, because
you're not there.
I'm always in the alfalfa field to the east. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Gage and Mr. Weems have the boys practice. They start practicing on Monday in the with their simulator in the gym.
That's good.
So, which is good.
I figured they were doing that because it's just crazy to me. Track and golf practice has started.
It's there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think the first tournament for golf is probably middle of March, and I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know, depending on where that is, whether or not they can even play it.
That's true. Yeah.
I was surprised to see, because most of the snow in town and stuff is melted, and my house is melted, and then I drove by out here, and I'm like, why isn't that melted? They must have got it just a little bit more snow, or the trees held it in there, or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nate, it's always good to talk to you. Appreciate you stopping in.
Thanks,
and
guys.
We'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Nate Bell with Universal Insurance, our guest on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow, providing you with weekly savings. Stock up on 80% lean ground beef, just $2.99 a pound in a 10-pound tube. Previously frozen boneless chicken breast, $1.99 a pound. In the produce department, grab some Dole Premium Salad Blends, just 2 for $6. Or red or green seedless grapes for $1.99 a pound. Don't forget to sign up for Gary's Superfoods Rewards program to receive even more savings. View their weekly ads and more at Gary'sSuperfoods.com, South B Street in Broken Bow.
The list of songs about love is a long one.
Girl, I've always loved you.
Girl, you ain't been loved till you've been loved by a country boy. Loving you easy.
At KCNI KBBN, we love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
Oh my goodness, the winter clearance continues and the savings keep going up at Beau Bootery. Come and see us to save a whopping 50% off this week. We still have lots of great winter style shoes, fashion boots, snow boots, bear paws, tights and leggings, and socks. They're all marked at half price. Come and have fun with us during the winter clearance going on right now at Beau Bootery on the square in Broken Bow.
The music to get your day started right.
I listen every morning.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Secretary of State Blinken and his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov had their first one-on-one in months on the sidelines of the G20 summit. CBS's Imtiaz Tyab says Blinken told Lavrov
the U.S. would support Ukraine in the conflict for, quote, as long as it takes to bring the war to an end, that Russia should reverse its decision to suspend participation in the New START nuclear treaty.
The man suspected of placing an explosive in his suitcase and trying to check it through at an airport in Allentown, Pennsylvania, makes his first court appearance today. Traveler Adam Hyman.
It's never fun to travel. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking, so I'm glad that they found that person and glad it was stopped.
3 astronauts and a cosmonaut on their way to the International Space Station after blasting off from Kennedy Space Center in a SpaceX rocket. Among them, Woody Hoberg.
That was one heck of a ride. Thank you. It was an absolute miracle of engineering, and I just feel so lucky that I get to fly on this amazing machine.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Brian Fenley.
Kevin Durant played his first game as a Phoenix Sun.
Chris Paul gets the board. There's the first rejection from KD, and now he gets it open on the left side for three, and that is all net for Kevin Durant. Devin Booker set him up, and KD knocked it down.
That would be Suns Radio Network. 23 points in 27 minutes of work for Durant as the Suns slide on past the Hornets 105-91. The Bucks win in convincing fashion against the Magic 139-117. Milwaukee holds a half-game lead over Boston for the best record in the association, and Milwaukee has a 16-game winning streak going right now. The Celtics, by the way, winners over the Cavs, 117-113. Big night for Jason Tatum with the 41 points. College basketball an overtime win for number 2 Alabama over Auburn, 90-85.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mostly sunny today with our high nearing 40. Staying clear overnight tonight with a low around 23. Sunshine on Friday, a bit warmer with our high nearing 46, and a slight chance for some snow throughout Friday night, cloudy with a low around 24. Sunny with a high of 45 on Saturday, and mostly cloudy with a low around 28 throughout Saturday night. Staying warmer on Sunday as well, sunny with a high of 55 and partly cloudy and 27 Sunday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Brisa, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Currently in our studios, 23 degrees, cloudy, south-southeast winds 5 miles an hour, barometer 29.91, and the humidity is 91%. Brent and Jeremy back with you here in the studio for the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Trust your Thursday's off to a good start. Thanks for tuning in. We have so enjoyed doing the Love Local promotion. Started this in February. I think we went through the entire month giving away $25 gift cards to our great area businesses. And we are continuing that, I think, through the majority of this month.
I think the 22nd is the date that we were told is the final day of the promotion. So, yeah, keep listening. And if you haven't won a $25 gift card or chamber bucks from one of these great sponsors, you're the ones we're wanting to call in.
Yeah.
I know we have some people that are regular callers and stuff, and certainly want to make sure they get $25 gift cards too. But with this many giveaways, we're trying to get as many gift cards into as many hands as possible. Introduce you to a local business.
Sounds good. And we certainly love local. We promote shopping local. That's what we do here at KCNI KBBN. And this is another way that we can show support of that. As today, we'll be giving you a chance to call in later in the show and win a $25 gift card to Agland ATV today.
Yeah.
So be listening for your chance to call in and win. Then tomorrow, Healing Hearts and Families is going to sponsor our giveaway. They'll be giving you a chance to win $25 in chamber bucks. That'll be tomorrow.
All right.
As part of our Love Local promotion.
Speaking of the chamber.
Yes, sir.
Their banquet's coming up right around the corner.
Boy, week from Saturday, right?
Yeah, the 11th.
Wow.
Yeah, and Glitz, Glam, and Gatsby Roaring 20s is the theme. So that would be the... What clothing era would that be for? Is that
well, I think
flapper dresses?
I think
like
so.
Flappers, and then kind of like the slick-looking man kind of thing, you know,
Al
with
Capone.
The
I think
the
like
three-piece suit, slick
Mafia
back
or
hair
whatever.
sort of thing.
Gangster.
Yeah,
That's what I was looking for.
The old school gangsters. But you need to have your tickets purchased by March 3rd, which is coming up here really quickly. So stop into the chamber office or call 872-5691. Should be a lot of fun. It's at the One Box Convention Center. They're going to award milestone anniversaries, special awards. There will be a silent auction, and newcomers will be recognized for joining the chamber this past year as well. They're going to have a delicious meal, as we can always expect from Country Catering, and comedian Dan Bublitz is going to be there, so you'll be able to get some laughs in as well and have a good time. So March 11th, get your tickets before March 3rd for the chamber banquet.
All right, sounds good. Let's see. How does Dave do this?
I think he hits speaker first, doesn't he?
I don't know. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Hi, Christy. Brent and Jeremy here on the Breakfast Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you get donuts?
No.
If
It's like she knew you were going to ask.
if I buy the donuts, would you or somebody go get some?
Can we wait till tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow. Okay.
I'll be honest.
Muffins for me today.
What?
I had a muffin.
You what? You brought your own breakfast?
Yeah,
Is
I
that what
only
you're
had-
trying to say?
I only had 2 muffins left, and I brought my muffins. So I'd rather I do donuts tomorrow. I would go get them tomorrow.
And to be honest, Brent, in her defense,
yes,
after 8:30 in this town, getting donuts after 8:30, you're pretty
I
much
believe that.
you're torched.
Yes,
so
I believe that. Okay. Well, here's a question. So, do you still want me to buy them, or yeah? What if my offer is only good for today?
I could go get them today.
She would go get them today and then let them sit,
Oh.
and then so we could have them tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable. Okay. Well, all right. Well, we'll plan on that. It'll be my treat. I kind of feel like when I was in college, I had the terrible people. I would walk in. I had this knack of walking into a dorm when people would get a care package from home.
Oh, yeah.
And they would. I was known as the moocher.
I can't imagine why.
And I think I'm kind of that way out here. And so I tell you what, I will splurge for the donuts tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
I won't eat breakfast.
Okay. Thank you, Christy.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Don't you think that when Dave's gone and we contact Christy by intercom, it just seems like the conversations are just more polite? Is that fair to say? I just feel like there's tension sometimes when Dave uses the intercom to contact Christy.
Yeah, because I think she knows that even if the conversation starts off in a pleasant way, he usually turns it to a way where he's giving her a hard time eventually.
Yeah. All right. It's good to have you with us here on The Breakfast Show. I think we still have Matt coming in from Subway to visit with us here today, so we'll have that coming up. We mentioned that it's John Bon Jovi's birthday today, and it's also Luke Combs' birthday today, so we've been playing some of their music for you as we celebrate their birthdays on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. 13 past the hour of 9, and we have Matt in the studio to talk Subway. How's it going?
Not too bad. I would have had about 5 more minutes. Would have brought you some cookies to make up for the donuts.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I've got a 5-minute song queued up here. You
Right.
want 5 minutes?
You were run across town? I can get there and back in 5.
You know what? I'll just you just come on back. We'll lengthen the show out.
Right.
Is that where you want to start? Cookies?
Sure.
Okay. What's on the menu right now? Just the regulars, or do you have something new coming?
Right now, we have the double chocolate, the raspberry, macadamia nut, chocolate chip, and oatmeal raisin.
Okay.
So yeah, the staples right now, but yeah, they're good.
I was going to say the staples are good enough, man.
Yeah, because I can't keep my hands off the raspberry cheesecake ones.
Oh, they're good. I'm glad that became a staple. I remember when that was new, and now it's just one of the regulars.
Yeah, I was glad when they made it a staple.
We talk about party platters all the time, but maybe we don't talk enough about the fact that you do cookie platters if people are looking for those.
Right, we do cookie platters. Start at 3 dozen and go up from there on a platter. It comes in a nice arrangement in a nice little box.
So there's cookie platters and there's sandwich platters. Have you ever thought of pizza platters? Have you ever thought about putting that idea in the Subway corporate headquarters?
Might have to one of these days, but I think that'll be down the line.
Imagine opening up a platter and there's just 5 of those Subway pizzas in there, those little individual pizzas.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be good.
I might have to go back and see how many I can fit in a box.
Hey, there you go. That's what you can do this afternoon. Hey, that Shipe guy from the Breakfast Show had this cool idea. Those pizzas are really good.
Yes, they are.
And they're just like a sandwich. You can make them however you want to make them.
Right. I like to get one. If I get one, I don't get it cut or anything. That way I can just fold it. And eat it like a taco.
That's a pizzone, Matt.
Right.
You're eating a pizza taco.
Right, a pizza taco.
Let me guess. Even your pizza has bacon on it.
Well, of course.
That's what I figured. Bacon makes it better.
Bacon makes everything better.
Yes, it does.
I've not found anything that doesn't taste better with bacon.
Can you make a pizza out of the Subway series? Can I have an outlaw pizza?
You sure can.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
What's the one?
might try that.
The one with peppercorn ranch on it. That
The
sandwich.
steak one?
Yeah.
That'd be the monster.
The monster. That's kind of become my new go-to. And the steak is great and everything, but the peppercorn ranch is really good.
Yeah. I'm selling a lot of monsters, and then the other one would be the Boss.
Oh, now that's the one with pepperoni and the meatball.
Yeah,
right?
and then fresh mozzarella.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, listen to us, Brent. We know the ingredients on that sandwich. We're just gonna go on in there and make one.
You think we've been to Subway at times?
I think we've tried that before, where you guys went.
Oh yeah, we did a live show. Yeah.
And I really looked forward to that because I always wanted to make a sandwich. I don't think that your employees were very impressed because Christy was ordered a sandwich, and of course I was just going to have fun with it. I was just going to throw everything on it, and I don't know who it was, but one of your employees was watching me make the sandwich, and she was not going to have it. She's like, no, you don't do it that way. So but
you overlap the tomatoes or something like that.
And I'm like, I don't care. It's Christy. I'm just throwing everything on this thing. But first off, a couple of things at top. When it comes to your employees, they do want to do it the right way.
Yes, they do.
And I applaud your employees for that. And number two, there's a lot more to it, folks, than putting a Subway together. That this is not like going to your fridge and just throwing whatever you want between 2 pieces of bread. There is an art to it, and that's why you're called a Subway artist.
Sandwich artist.
Sandwich artist. Okay. So
yeah, there is a little bit to it. Like I have to give Holdridge props. The other day they did 48 sandwiches in 1 hour with 2 people.
Wow.
That's moving.
So I figured it up. It was 1 minute and 13 seconds a sandwich.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would venture to guess that of those 40-some sandwiches, they weren't just meat and cheese.
Right.
There's
They were,
ingredients
yeah.
going on those.
Right. Now, like sometimes we get like 4 or 5 people in a row, they just get like mayonnaise or just lettuce or just pickles on them. God, we love those sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, picky eaters are okay with you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the ones if like somebody's coming in, they want all the fixings on it. If they come up and say, yeah, I just want everything on there, then yeah, I can go to town and get it done quick. My problem is like the ones that sit there and order one item at a time, and then it's kind of like, okay, I have a longer memory than this.
Yeah.
But
hey, that's me.
Or you can-
I say lettuce and wait for the lettuce to go on. They go, okay,
Yes.
pickle now.
Right.
I could probably say lettuce, pickle, cucumber. You know, that's 3 things.
Yeah.
And then you get people like Bryn, who I'm sure really frustrate your poor people who work there. What can I get you? Well, I don't know.
think about
Let's
it.
see.
You haven't looked
Brett-
at the menu while you were standing in line.
How many times have I been at Subway? I know everything that's on the menu, but yet I get up there. Well,
Oh, sir,
I gotta
there's a
try
dozen.
something
There's a
new.
dozen people behind you,
And there's-
sir.
yeah.
Can you? Right.
Oh man.
My favorite thing is like when somebody comes up and they're on their phone and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. You don't have to apologize to me. I'm getting paid by the hour here."
Yeah.
The people
But
behind
people
you.
Let's see. Soup still on?
Soup is still on.
Okay.
We're gonna drop down to one kind of soup a day
Okay.
because it's getting warmer out.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go golfing, you might want to stop by and get a cup of soup because at least maybe you can put the ball in that cup.
Hey, yeah.
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 Let's see. The breakfast sandwiches. You still serve those, and they're good
Yeah.
all day.
All day. We don't
Okay.
tell you when you can and can't have breakfast.
I really do enjoy your the steak steak and egg.
Yeah.
Right. On your flatbread.
Yes.
Oh man, that's a
That's a good
delicious
breakfast
sandwich.
Yeah.
Any time of the day.
Yeah.
Let's see. You still do the flatbreads. We do the wraps.
Yep.
Protein bowls, salads.
Yeah, now it's really weird when somebody actually orders a salad. Because for the longest time, everybody just ordered salads, and then we came out with the protein bowl, and now it's very rare that we see somebody actually just order a salad. Most of them are protein bowls now.
Yeah.
They want that more meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Good enough. Still looking for help? People
Yep.
to join your team?
Yeah, we're still hiring daytime, it's a part-time position, and we're got evenings, full-time and part-time.
Okay. If you haven't done it already, folks, highly encourage you to load up the Subway app. I'm just amazed at how many notifications I get during the course of the week telling me, hey, today it's buy one, get one, or today it's 50% off if you buy 2 footlongs, 50% off your second one, whatever.
Right. I think
And-
right now is buy 2, get 1 free, and then I think there's another promo where it's buy 1 foot long, get 1 50% off.
And I think a lot of those specials are just if you have or use the app.
Yeah.
Right?
We cannot do any specials in store. They're all through the app now.
Okay.
I've been taking shorter lunch breaks when my wife and I decide that we're going to have Subway because she'll order through the app. We're at about, 11:20, 11:30 or so. And we'll just kind of wait until about 10 afternoon and go in there, pick it up, sit down and eat.
Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
Yeah, it takes less time. Your sandwich is already prepared. So, yeah, I love the app. It's been a good feature for us.
Has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Very convenient, easy to use too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get all customers to download that app because, if you guys can save money, why not?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't load up the app because I'm like, I have a feeling it'll be confusing. But it is not. It's not confusing at all. I mean, you just go in there, pick your sandwich. You can it leads you right through it to hit your what you want on the sandwich, and that's very user friendly.
Yeah, and it's a huge upseller because it asks all the questions that the employees are supposed to ask.
Sure.
But it's right there on the app. It says, do you want extra cheese? Do you want to add bacon? Do you want to make this double meat or deluxe?
Mm-hmm.
So it asks all the questions, so it actually makes our sales a little bit more.
Yeah, good.
So
And saves the customer money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And time, too. I just
Yeah.
love ordering it. You go in, you grab it off the shelf, and you're on your way.
Yeah, I think time is very valuable.
Yeah.
I went to go pick up an app order the other day, and I went over to the shelf, and I looked at the receipt on the bag that was sitting there to see if it was mine. It wasn't mine. Mine wasn't ready yet, but it was very hard for me not to walk off with that one because it had 25 cookies on the receipt. Oh man, man, there's 25 cookies in that
Right.
bag. That's awfully
Let's see,
hard.
I'm
not
going
to
to take this one instead of mine.
Yeah.
I assume that hasn't happened much, if at all. It
happens
probably
every
does
once in a while.
occasionally. Yeah.
But usually most people get the right name.
Yeah. But I think Jeremy brings up a good point. Check the
Yeah,
receipt.
check the receipt.
Yeah.
And just don't go in there and grab one thinking it is yours, because if there's more than one thing on the shelf, obviously you want to make sure you get the right one.
Yep, and we are going to put a napkin dispenser on the to-go stand, so that
Oh,
way
there you
everybody
go.
can grab napkins, because we don't have napkins in the back, so we can't put them in the bags for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So it's more of a customer. It's on the customer to grab napkins now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Anything else you want to mention? Your hours still the way you've been going, or?
Yeah, currently 8 to 10 Monday through Friday, 9 to 10 on Saturday, and then 9 to 9 on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thanks for coming in, Matt.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. There you go. Matt from Subway, our guest on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
As a truck driver, I've learned how important road safety is. I know that large trucks need more time and room to stop. That's why I always hang back and follow other vehicles at a safe distance. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're driving, try to remember to always give trucks extra space when you merge in front of them. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Mom and Dad used to argue about everything, especially about Dad's drinking. My family went from totally crazy to quiet, calm, and even peaceful when Mom started going to Al-Anon family groups. I wanted a better relationship with Dad, so I asked Mom if she would take me to her Al-Anon meetings or to Alateen. I'm sure glad I did. Is someone's drinking troubling you? You might be surprised at what you can learn in an Al-Anon or Alateen family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-ALANON or go to alanon.org.
Action Partnership, hiring an early Head Start infant toddler teacher and center specialist. This is a 40-hour-a-week obligation in and around Broken Bow, and your pay will be between $20.68 and $22.21 per hour, depending on your qualifications. That's with health, dental, life, and vision insurance, 11 paid holidays, PTO, EAP, and employer-matched retirement available. You need to have a valid driver's license for the state of Nebraska, a CDA certificate, a associate's or a bachelor's degree in early childhood education as well, and some experience. CNCAP Human Resource Department is who you need to contact for an application at 308-745-0780 extension 0, or apply online at centralnebraskacap.com. Also a job available at the Custer County Ag Society. They have an open position for a grounds supervisor. Basically, the Custer County Fairgrounds facilities are your responsibility. The upkeep of them, the maintenance of it, and everything in between. You need to be able to safely and efficiently use various hand and power tools and some light equipment like lawnmowers and tractors in upkeeping the fairgrounds and facilities. Strategic planning for the facility maintenance and repairs of the fairgrounds is expected as well. So for more information or to apply, contact Michelle at 870-2493 or toss that resume in the mail to P.O. Box 142, Broken Bow, Nebraska 68822. You can also email Custer County NE Fairgrounds at gmail.com. And again, both of those jobs I just read are on the employment page of sandhillsexpress.com.
All right. Livia's Boutique, been a great store there in Ansley, Nebraska, but they are kind of going out of business, and they have some big sales going on for you to take advantage of.
Yeah, we're talking 40% off jeans right now. Name brands for men, women, and children. For online, check out. Use the code JEANS40. So if you want to do some online shopping, remember that code. That's how you get the 40% off. They also have 50% marked off greeting cards and 60% off everything else in the store. Now, that is in-store and online. So no matter where you folks are listening to the show this morning, keep that in mind. Jeans are 40% off. 60% off everything else in the store. Greeting cards are 50% off. They're closed on Mondays, but make sure you follow them on Facebook as they continue to move some inventory and stay up to date with new reductions or store hours. So go and check it out. Livia's Boutique in Ansley.
All right. One thing left to do on the show.
A giveaway.
A giveaway. We love doing that. $25 gift card to Agland ATV is what we're giving away. Any special way you want to do it today, or?
I'm off the top of my head.
Okay.
Not in the moment.
See, Dave will do this to me sometimes. I have the same
it's
reaction.
hard.
I'm like, oh, man, I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do.
That's difficult.
All right. Well, tell us about Agland ATV, and then we'll tell people how they can win.
Well, they're finally catching up with the pre-COVID shipment schedule and getting ahead of the game on their inventory of Ranger 1000s, so keep that in mind. The shop is busy during calving season, so to get your shop work on the schedule, make sure you call ahead. And make sure you check out some of the machines from the Razor model lineup. The Turbo R4 is a 4-seater, the Pro R4 seater, and the Razor 1000 XP, Razor 1000 Trails models are on the lot for you to pick up as well. And they have a good selection of Polaris Generals and Sportsmans, and used inventory is filling up fast. So if a used unit is what you kind of have in mind, they've probably got something that's going to work out for you. They love to help support shopping local at Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
All right, we're going to open up the phone lines for you to win. Now, we do ask that you be a first-time winner in the Love Local promotion. If you've won a gift certificate in the promotion in the past, we ask that you give other people an opportunity to call in. Give me a number caller. Who do you want to take?
Let's take caller 3.
Caller 3. Give us a ring at 872-2801.
AgroLiquid is precision crop nutrition. That means being committed to product performance, to research and field testing, and to superior agronomics. Most of all, AgroLiquid is committed to delivering precisely the right nutrition in the right way, including seed-safe planter plus side dress applications and foliar applications with low burn risk. AgroLiquid. Apply less, expect more. Find a retailer at agroliquid.com. Precision crop nutrition pays. And AgroLiquid has precisely what it takes to help you succeed. The right products plus the right expertise to give you guidance based on your soils, your fields, and your goals. While our clean, seed-safe formulations and lower application rates make planter fertilizer easier than ever. AgroLiquid. Apply less. Expect more. Find a retailer at agroliquid.com.
All right. What I love about giving these things away is it just doesn't take any time at all to give them away. And that says a lot of things. Number one, we appreciate you listening, number one. Number two, people know how great our area businesses are, so they call in quick to take advantage of these giveaway opportunities. Congratulations to Greg. He called in and won a $25 gift card to Agland ATV here in Broken Bow. Well, did we do everything, Shipe?
I think we did.
Everything's done for the day?
Yep, we're good
well,
to go.
for the show anyway.
show.
Things aren't done for the day.
We're not headed home.
I wish. I tell you what, I'm not used to this sign-on stuff, man. I'm dragging already.
Yeah,
it's only 9:30.
You kind of got to get in the flow. If you do it for about 3-4 days, you kind of get used to it. But yeah.
Or in Dave's case, 40 years.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you kind of get used to it then.
All right, quick reminder. Of course, we are a Nebraska sports affiliate, so we're going to air the Nebraska women's basketball game for you later today. They'll play in the Big Ten tournament against Michigan State. It's an early game, tip-off at 11:30. Coverage on the Huskers radio network for the game will start at 11:15. You can hear that on KBBN 95.3 FM. Jeremy, thanks for your help. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening, everybody.